So let me give you the big view of the course book system. And I'll do it in a way that is also useful for you if you haven't thought about web pages this way before. This is a way that we'll be practicing throughout the quarter. A web page can be thought of as a constellation of different areas. If you look at the screen here, you'll see that there's an area across the top, and that's probably a very familiar thing for you to have seen. Another area here with menus that drop down, that's also a very familiar thing. You see that a lot inside of websites. A little less familiar, but still nonetheless very usable, or not usable, very usual, is the idea of a navigation area here on the side, and then the payload, the information you're trying to get to here in kind of the lower right-hand quadrant, and then finally at the bottom of the screen, a footer area. Okay, so that's the way that I'd like you to look at this and pretty much all web pages, is as a set of areas. This area up here we'll call the banner area. I'm sure you're very used to seeing it. I'm sure you're used to seeing a logo in this upper left-hand corner, followed by some titling. What you maybe are not used to seeing is your own image in this right-hand corner. This is an image that I chose just randomly, and so it's not a very interesting image. But you can see in the picture here that there's actually a picture of me, and it'll be a picture of you when you get around to, or actually by now it will be a picture of you because you've already created an account inside the course book. Okay, so down from here is a set of menus. There are two main areas below the menus. This is the navigation area over here, and this is the content area over here. The navigation area has its own menu, and you can see a full course table of contents. That's the information in the course organized by category, including the bibliography for the course book and all the readings for the course book. You can see the course schedule, which is what we have in here now, or you could also see the course overview and requirements, all the background information in this navigation area. And it'll always have an expanding and contracting table of contents in it where you can drill your way through things. You can see that the basic organization of the course is we have units. Under units we have modules, and under modules we have items. Well, actually they're topics and projects and exercises and activities, but they're not titled that way. They're just, as far as you can see from this table of contents, they're just titled items that you work your way through as you progress through the class. I wish these boxes would quit coming up. Okay, and you can also see that there are dates on all of these different modules and units, and especially on the things that are actually due. Like, for example, this topic that we're on right now is actually due. We're on Let's Tour the System, and you can see that that's, as well as all the rest of the stuff, is due at 11:30 on January 6, 2010. This area over here is the content area. A variety of things that you can put in the content area. I apologize for the what's called the Z ordering here, which I haven't quite fixed yet. But all the things that go in this content area, again, the course overview and requirements. You can put a course schedule in there, an index of all the titles of all of the items in the course book, a screen that'll show you how you're doing right now in the course. We'll talk about all these things in turn. Bumps, which I'll tell you about a little bit later. You can go back and change if you forgot, would you stop? If you want to change some of your login information, like for example, I can change to a different picture, you can go over there to the change my user information. If over the course of the quarter I get rid of some of the questions in the course book, then you can go to this screen and you can see which questions have been removed. Maybe they had a bug, or maybe they were just bad questions, etc. So we have the global nav area. We have the banner area. We have the global navigation area, which is always the same no matter where you are in the application, including allowing you to log out and refresh. Refresh is something that you'll do very rarely, only if I happen to change. In fact, now that I've fixed a few things in this application, you'll probably never have to click refresh. There should be no reason for you to click refresh, and in fact, I'll probably just get rid of it next time I get around to it. Then below is the local navigation area. This navigation area will change depending on where you are in the application or what choices you've made, while the global navigation area never will change. And of course the content area, which generally speaking is going to give you the content of the course, but also gives you other things like your scores and bumps and that sort of thing. Okay, so that's your general top-level tour of the coursebook system.